Good morning, John Augustine back again. The year 2012 in Ireland. Things that happened. Now, on the 8th of January 2012, Fine Gael politician and broadcaster Barry O'Neill and his new wife on honeymoon. Apparently, they were in Europe, and a very peculiar thing in 2012, shall we say. Pictured. And she was pictured making a Nazi salute. Don't know whether he was as well. A Nazi salute to Hitler. He got into trouble for that. But that is the most heinous act for any civilized person to do. The greatest mass murder that his citizens committed, practically in living memory. Millions, 6 million Jewish people, men, women, children, murdered in these concentration camps run by Germans. Savages of the worst order, cruel, incarnate, despicable human beings. Murdered 6 million Jewish people. They could never do enough compensation for what they did. Sorry. I hope the Jewish people got compensation from that miserable country that did such evil. And along with murdering thousands of Catholics and a third of the priests of Poland, must have been numbering thousands. And beautiful influence everywhere. There's a family, a good Catholic family from Poland, father, mother, and 5 lovely children. They had a farm and they were sheltering 10 Jewish people, and rightly so. Betrayed by another Judas in that country. And the Jewish people were murdered and the family were murdered. The husband and wife and their lovely children. But they're going on for sainthood. There's a good, thank God. And many more did great things like that. We know St. Martin Colby stepped in for a German when they were trying to kill 10 because a prisoner escaped. They had any sense of decency in their miserable bodies at all. And now they're acting the card with the Catholic faith again. Martin Luther was bad enough for all the misery that he inflicted on the world with his deluded ideas, and given a great encouragement for all the landowners to take land off the mountains and put down there. So some countries have that sort of been criticised for what they're at, and with the Catholic Church doing things against everything. Can they do one right in that country? I often wonder. And that was the business of and that. I digress there with that business of saluting Hitler. They would be expelled from anything that I was involved with, and it wouldn't last. It wouldn't last a chance. I believe Prince Harry did the same thing in Africa one time. He wasn't up to much. The Ulster Bank. A job in the bank was always considered a very safe job, a job for life. But life, you must be joking. What did they do? In the 2012, 800 redundancies on the scrap heap. Where were they going to get jobs? You don't think of people, do they? Profits is what they want. And like the call during when they were getting money from nothing from the EU, they had to pay it back. And they're gone now, the Ulster Bank. And they pulled out and ran like the robbers they are. That's what robbers do, flee. Uh, so on the 13th of January, homeowners were entitled, new government law came in, to defend their homes from robbers with force if necessary. I think one or two people had to use guns because we've been robbed not once but a couple of times by robbers, evil people. And then they were jailed, but hue and cry, and they were released. A farmer in Mayo, I think, had been persecuted by robbers, the same ones. And they're still knocking about. But that was permission given. I presume it's still in force. You know. And then on the 14th of January, a passenger ship holding 4,000, I think, in Italy ran aground. And people were looking to be arrested. I think the captain was trying to, he was from that particular area and do something unusual, but the big ship ran aground. And 4,000 passengers there, the shippers had to be taken off. Some families from Clonmel and looking to get escaped. So isn't that a good one? Big ships have too many. I believe some of them get sick on that because how can you have food and cater for all that? Of all these cabins, and if you're looking out a porthole, you pay more and so on and so forth. And then on the 15th of January, County Wexford, there was a fishing disaster. Five fishermen were killed. Storms, of course. Very sad affair. 3 bodies was recovered and 2 never were. May they rest in peace. And then on the 16th of January 2012, a sad thing for Sean Quinn, who was the wealthiest man in Ireland, given great employment in Northern Ireland. He had a big cement factory and he had all sorts of employment, and he had the Quinn's Insurance in Cavan and doing good. But unfortunately, he took shares in with the business of their directors, encouraged them to buy 20% of the company. But of course, it failed because of the downturn. So he was very ill-advised to do such a thing because it finished him. And he lost the insurance company because he used some of the money to sort of try and deal with his problems. And I think he was jailed. His family, it's a tough time when you have so much money. And He's still in the go. And he had the hotel there in Ballyconnell, a lovely hotel. I remember one time being there with my late wife and the Fianna Fáil party under the leadership of Bertie Ahern all landed in helicopters and so on and so forth. Had a meeting, a get together in that hotel. A nice place to have a get together in, a think tank, you have to call it. So that was 2012, January. And look where I read January, was there a good lot of goings on? There was problems of one kind or another. So there we are. We can count our blessings if we can imagine. Don't encounter all these crosses. So we leave it at that. And I do too this evening. The usual few hymns, So you take your seats and prepare for a bit of music this evening. Now it won't be a long concert. I haven't any guests to start to give their piece. One of the days I might, you never know. Assuming they can sing. But it doesn't matter, they can do a recitation, can't they? A spiritual one. Now, so don't forget your prayers today. I don't think I mentioned those words earlier. No, don't forget your prayers. The Holy Rosary, the Chaplet of Mercy, and the Stations at the Cross. I'll be doing those later. I was supposed to have a meeting this morning, but it was postponed because of something with my friend. And so I was ready to be heading off, but it's better to do other things. Things happen for a purpose, don't they? And I was initially annoyed, quite frankly, mentioned it, because my friend's brother has a job, and now apparently a day or two, and he's recently there on the lap on the computer and meetings on the computer, So our business that we were going to be arranging this morning suddenly is postponed. So you have to take the rough with the smooth knife, don't you? And you come to accept it because there's other things that you can do at your ease. And I certainly I was going to be doing my prayer videos anyway, no matter what this morning. So I'm doing them now more relaxed and commenting on these things. And that's a great gift. Bye now, and you will hear from me this evening. Hail, Queen of Heaven, the ocean star, guide of the wanderer here below. There's a taste of it. Bye now.